Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Yeah. Nathaniel, we can't hear you.
We cannot hear you, our host, in case you can hear us.
We can't hear you. I believe you should mute your speaker.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear now.
Okay.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Good afternoon and welcome to BosnataTV, our #1 online channel that shares the real news straight from where the source. Thank you very much. Welcome our National Vice
Chairman.
National Vice Chairman of
National
YDPN.
Vice Chairman South. The network is bad.
We can't hear you anymore.
Are we
It's keeping the voice. Your voice is breaking.
okay? Our Vice Chairman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but your voice is breaking. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that.
The network is stable since I don't know why it's misbehaving right now. Okay, I think it's okay now. It's okay now.
Better, we can hear you now.
Okay. So right now we are on here. People on Facebook, people on those watching us on YouTube right now, please help us to share this video. You that is watching us right now from Facebook, please help us to share this video to as many groups that you know. You that is watching right now from VK, please help us to share it and reshare this video. You that is watching from Twitter, please help to retweet this video to as many on your contact on the Twitter. Please share this video because this video is very, very important. We are talking live from BosnataTV, and we are on here right now with the National Vice Chairman of the Youth Democratic Party, YDPN, and the person of the state coordinator of the YDPN of Edo State chapter, another person of Barrister Chris John, and the National Vice Chairman is another person than Mr. Shegun Goodness. Please, you are welcome on board, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here on here. Thank you very much for joining us. Please, we want you to introduce yourself and talk to the people before we go straight into the deal of the day.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Nathaniel. I'm very happy to be here at this time. And
Okay.
my name is Shegun Oduola, as you have said, Shegun Oduola. I'm the National Vice Chairman South for YDPN, and I'm also the Lagos State Coordinator. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay.
Our state coordinator, you have to introduce me.
Yes.
We know that they already know you step by step, but at least you need to introduce
Yes,
yourself again.
no problem. For emphasis sake, I remember my humble self, Barrister John Chris. I am the Edo State coordinator. I say well done to our esteemed viewers as you listen attentively, and remember to retweet the video and share on your YouTube channels as well as on your Facebook. Thank you very much for having me on this show. And kudos to my host, Mr. Comrade Nathaniel.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, we already have a message from the YouTube. Grace commented, great to be here. Okay, please, I know it's great to be here. Please just help to share because we are the youth, we are the engine of the country. We are the engine room of the society. Please help to reshare, not just watching alone, but share to as many on your contact as we go straight to the deal of the day, because the National Vice Chairman is not here for play, but is here for business, is here for something very serious this afternoon, because it is said that you don't say a rabbit in the afternoon except something is happening the other side. So he has just come out this afternoon with all his busy schedule. He has given us the time to communicate with him this afternoon, and we have to go straight to the deal of the day. So first of all, sir, good afternoon, sir, and you are welcome to BosnataTV as once again.
Thank you, host.
Okay, sir. My first question here I have for you this afternoon. The first question I have here that number one thing that YDPN today seems to become the major talk in Nigeria, everywhere on social platform.
Check that.
Anywhere on social platform, YDPN, we hear either YDPN or we hear YDP or we hear NYDP. We hear it is not the talk of the town in the country today. Sir, my question here, can you throw more light into the future of this very great party that we are be hearing everywhere on social media, sir?
Thank you very much. I am very happy to be here once again, and as per the future of the party, I think it's obvious enough. You see, for any movement or association or organization to move forward and progress, there is a need for us to understand the ideology that gave birth to such a movement or association or organization. If we understand the ideology, then far it's liable to go. As for YDPN, like I always say, YDPN was born out of the NSAS protest. And then what we are trying to achieve is the same thing that we tried to achieve with the protest, but failed because the government refused to respect our human rights. They refused to give ear to our cry. So YDPN has come as a savior of the day. Instead of our youth to be protesting and getting killed every day, we want them to participate actively in the political terrain in order for them to be voted into offices. So the things you are clamoring for, you can be there to cause that change, to effect that change directly without having to go and protest. So that is the ideology behind YDPN. And also, in regards to the future, we believe that the future is bright for us. If you look at the population of Nigeria today, you would realize that about 65% to 70% of the population are Nigerian youths. And when I talk about Nigerian youths, I am talking about from 18 years old to 55 years old. If I should base my calculation on that, I think we should be having about 75 to 80% of the population in that group of people. So if we are able to sensitize ourselves, mobilize ourselves, and sensitize ourselves correctly, because if you need a change, the first thing you need to do is to change your mindset. Get our youth to understand the importance of getting involved in politics. A lot of them feel like, I don't want to be involved in politics. Politics is a dirty game and all that. And by doing that, not getting involved directly, it means that you have already failed. It means that there is no change in you cannot have any change that you so desire. But if you get involved, your voice will be heard. Your actions and inactions will make us understand whether or not you really want the change. I hope I've been able to answer that question. Thank you very much.
Host Nathaniel, are you there? Hello, Nat. It seems we've lost the host.
Okay.
But you can hear me over there.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
It seems I wouldn't know. Let's just give him a little time to see if we'll come up with Nathaniel, Comrade Nathaniel, are you there? Hello?
Are we back here?
Comrade Nat?
Sir, I can hear you now. This thing is just so crazy this afternoon. This network is just getting crazy this afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but
Yes,
we can't see you. We can hear you now.
Okay. Okay.
Can you pose the next question, please?
Okay. I think our viewers may not hear what the first answer was. What our comrade.
Loud and clear. We heard.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think we have asked part of this before to our state coordinator, but we want to ask the national vice chairman again, part of them again, because many want to hear for the highest source. My next question is, what plans do this party really have to really contain and confront the present security challenge in this country?
Well, thank you very much for that question. As we all know, that security has become a major issue in our country, and this has been happening for as long as I can remember. And there is something I always think about on my own, that okay, is it that we don't have the people?
I can hear you,
sir.
Can
you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so
we can hear you.
I'm always wondering if we do not have the right people in the right offices, because we cannot continue to have insurgents in our country when we seem to have security experts who are supposed to defend our country and make sure that they dissolve all forms of terrorist group. But we have every reason to believe that what we are currently facing in Nigeria is, hello?
We are here, sir.
We can hear you.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that if YDPN and when YDPN do take office, we are going to be having security experts who are going to look into all of these issues and bring a permanent solution to them. We are not going to be negotiating with terrorists. Instead, we'll make sure that we have we negotiate peace with all ethnic group, with all every group that is existing, and the terrorist groups, they will be standing alone at the end of the day, because as it is right now, they are making it look tribalistic. For example, the issue of the banditry in the northern part, they are making it look like it's all it's from the Fulani tribe. They are making other insurgency in the nation. Some are saying it's from the Muslims and all of that. What we will do is that everybody must band together in order for us to fight this insurgency that is eating up our nation. What YDPN is going to do in the first place is that once we take up office, we are going to be appointing we are going to be working with the chief of army staff, our security chiefs, and make sure that we know exactly what is going on without having to negotiate with the terrorists or anything like that. We're going to put our resources into play as a nation and make sure that our country is well defended against all forms of insurgency. So we are not going to be leaving rooms for intruders. Our borders are going to be tightly monitored, because I have reasons to believe that most of these insurgencies are coming from other countries to penetrate into Nigeria to perpetrate their evil. We need to work against that. We need to make sure that we put our security institutions, we need to put them in place and ensure that they are given the necessary equipment for them to be able to defend our country. I believe if we do all of these things, we'll be able to have repelled the insurgency that is eating us up at this time. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I hope I've been able to answer that question.
Yes, very well, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the answer. My next question is okay. Before we move straight to the next question, I think our state coordinator need to throw a little more light on this very Department of Security, because security is a very serious case in Nigeria, even to the extent that our own brothers and sisters outside the country don't come to the country, are scared to come into their own houses or homes to see their people. So I still want the state coordinator to throw more light on this issue of security that we have raised up, sir.
Once more, I thank you, Comrade Nathaniel, our host, for this beautiful question. I believe security issue is not only peculiar to Nigeria, it is a global phenomenon. Having said that, as a lawyer, I must have to point to the Constitution, Section 14, Sub 2 of the 1999 Constitution. It said the security and the welfare of the citizen is the paramount or utmost important or priority of the government. Having said that, if you look at the antecedent, just like our Vice National Chairman South rightly pointed out, the security challenges that we are facing today never, predated this very administration. Okay, it has been a challenging or reoccurrence incubus over time. But the question you need to pose here is whether or not these successive administrations have been able to, at least to a barest minimum, whether they've been able to reduce this problem. The answer is no. We do have security challenges in America. We all saw and watched how under Donald Trump, how some American security men came into Nigeria here to rescue their own adopted citizens here in Nigeria. Here we have DSS at the end of the day. I don't know whether you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you, sir, very clear.
Very good. In 2018, Transparency International gave a vivid report on how 29 states of the Federation consume over 208 billion naira as security votes. I am not talking about the budgetary allocation to states. I am not talking about the budgetary allocation of security. Security votes, this one does not reflect in the budget. 29 states consume 208 billion naira. Then when you now look at the performances of these states, security-wise, it is nothing to write home about. Then looking at the present challenges, you will now see that this even the present regime has somehow or one way or the other commercialized crime. They have commercialized crime. A situation whereby somebody those bandits adopt people, like what happened in Kangara College, Federal Government College in Niger State, giving over 800 million naira for the exchange of these children, whereby somebody has to be negotiating with criminals. I do know in human affairs, it is very wrong to negotiate with criminals. You come to this part of this country where you brutalize, you dehumanize, you intimidate innocent protesters at the toll gate in Lagos. Then you go to the north to negotiate with people, criminals who have adopted people who are supposed to be facing security challenge, who are supposed to be facing a punishment. Then the question I ask is whether or not we will continue to reward criminals and punish non-criminals. If we continue to reward criminals, this issue of security will not be, abated. It will continue unabated. I try to submit. I submit the fact that this present administration has failed security-wise, and that YDPN, Youth Democratic Party of Nigeria, when we come on board, we want to see to the extent where we have to destabilize the body that constitutes the security, National Security Council. If you look at the National Security Council, how many of them there? About 11 members. You have only two from the south. Only two from the south. I do not want to tell. Let me tell you one thing. By the time you begin to give ethnic consciousness to issues, you begin to give ethnic coloration to issues, you begin to have negative backslide of it. There have been this emotive finger pointing, ethnic scapegoating. That is the resultant effect of what we are getting today as security challenges. People begin to feel, I don't belong here anymore. People begin to feel that, oh, who am I? Do we have a database? The answer is no. There have been myriads of influx of foreigners who come into this very country, whether or not they belong here, we don't even know. Even the security personnel, they don't even know who are Nigerians and who are non-Nigerians. If you go to other climes where law works, there's no way you can move freely when you don't have this, the legal status to live in that very country. So I submit towards the fact that we must have a database as a political party. If we come into power, we must have a database. We must know who comes in and who is going out. We must also assess the performance.
My able state coordinator of Edo State, I'm very sorry to, I just want to quickly but you see, one of the major issues that is affecting every area of our governance is the fact that our appointments are made based on sentiment. For example, when you have an accountant who happens to be in charge of infrastructure, you see, you cannot have and then you are expecting the best result. It's not going to happen. You have someone who naturally is a photographer, and then you appoint him as the chief of army staff just because you feel you want that position to go in that direction and all of that. You cannot. What we'll have today is what we are having today. We have a lot of youths, a lot of Nigerian youths who have the zeal. They are not inspired by the gains. They are not inspired by the benefit, but they just want to showcase their skill. Security-wise, they want to showcase their skill in administration. They want to showcase their skill in every other aspect. They are vibrant. They are very, very resolute on whatever mandate you have given to them. But they do not have the opportunity to do that. For example, sometimes ago, a friend of mine and I, we went for naval recruitment, and while we were there, a lot of things happened on that ground. And at the end of the day, someone was telling us, someone who was not even participating in the process was telling us that before you can see your name at the end of the day, I'm going to see my name first. And that was what happened at the end of the day. Now, this person is not motivated. She was not motivated to, become a naval officer. She does not have any idea or career orientation. The passion is not there. And those who have the passion, who has the orientation, who really wants to do something,
are relegated.
If they are given the opportunity, they were relegated. Why? Because they do not know somebody who knows somebody. So all of these things are major issues affecting our system, eating up our system on a daily basis until we retrace our steps and have the work on
national
our mindset.
Uniform identity.
That is when we can begin to make progress. When you have somebody, a mechanic who is very passionate about being an engineer, a mechanical engineer, if you have him handling that a job in that regard, you will see them give their best, no matter how much they are paid to do the job. And if you have a doctor who is so passionate about their job, you will see them give their best. If you have a security personnel who is so passionate about defending their nation, who is so passionate about protecting lives and properties, you would not see them disrespecting the citizens. You would not see them violating human rights. You will see them upholding human rights and defending the city as much as possible. So I feel these are some of the core issues that we are having as a nation that is actually fueling the insurgency we are having right now and not providing solution to it. So that would be my submission for now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. My next question is this. So what could be the economic model and the plans of this party, considering the fact that Nigeria is a country richly endowed with huge mineral resources, sir?
Thank you very much for that question. If you look at Nigerians as a whole, you would know that Nigerians are innovators. Nigerians are resilient. Nigerians we have a huge human resources. We have very huge human resources, and we have mineral resources as well. Now, when we talk about our economy as a nation, I believe Nigeria is rich enough to be able to self-sustain itself. Because if you look into our mineral resources, for example, I read in a book that Singapore came to Nigeria to get our palm kernels, and that is what they built their economy on.
Malaysia,
rather.
That's Malaysia.
They came to Nigeria to get our palm kernel, and that is what they were able to build their own economy
and
on.
it was even Benin City they came to.
Is thriving. So, and we have a lot of mineral resources. Now, mineral resources aside, we have human resources as well. Sometimes ago, the best doctor in the world happens to be in Nigeria. We have Nigerians doing fantastically well across the world. But when you come to Nigeria itself, you cannot have the only person that has been very, very outstanding in the discharge of their duties so far is our mother, Okonjo Iweala. She has been the most outstanding person I have seen since I was born to this moment. You understand? Now, now, what I want to say is this. How many of people like that do we have? Look at the current parliament, American parliament. How many Nigerians do we have there? Those people were not appointed into those positions. They were not elected into those positions based on sentiment, not based on tribal sentiment, not based on religious sentiment. They were appointed and elected based on their competence, based on their credibility. And I am very sure they are going to discharge their duties very well. Now, how do we tap into our own human resource? We need to begin to give opportunity until Nigeria comes to a stage where a son or daughter of nobody can actually become somebody without knowing anybody. That is when we will begin to experience progress as a country. In fact, our economy will skyrocket. When we do not have a doctor as our minister of finance, or having having a security personnel in.
Hello, sir. Can you hear?
Charge of the CBN. Okay. When we have
we can hear.
Now, how can we now have that? We can have that by making sure, number one, that the youth come together. The youth needs to understand all of these things. The youth needs to come together, bound together, build this political party. When you've built the political party, I, for one, I'm not running for any position. I'm not interested in any position, but I want us to build a platform where a son or daughter of nobody can actually become somebody, in the sense that on our platform, when we want to elect anybody into an office or present them to the public for election, we must have done a thorough investigation on that person, screen them, know the kind of person they are, know their area of competence, and then elect them into the right office. Know the kind of mindset they have. Do they have the credibility? Do they have the dignity as a public office holder to discharge, to ensure that the masses benefit what they are supposed to benefit, that the masses have what they are supposed to have? Until we can do all of these things without having to hold them to a ransom of godfatherism, without having to hold them to a ransom of any kind at all. That is when people can freely do what they are supposed to do. When you know that while you are in this office, what you do in this office will determine your next level in life, will determine your next move in life. Then you begin to get serious with your job. I think until we do this, there is no going anywhere for us. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I hope I've been able to answer that question.
Yes, sir, but you have a question. I believe you can see it on the screen. You have a question from YouTube. Somebody has a question from YouTube.
Okay.
You can read it, sir.
Okay. You are speaking beautifully, but we've had a question for Comrade Oduola. This is from Alex Chibueze. But we've had other politicians speak this way. What differentiates you from other politicians we've had over time? I'm not different from. I am different from other politicians we've had over time.
Yes. We would love to dissolve the voice. Your voice is lost.
Yeah, he lost his network. I'm here, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me? Okay. Before you complete, you have to continue to answer the question that is about to answer. Because the question that somebody asked from YouTube right now, you can continue to throw more light on this very question so that the person
yes, in response to that very question posed to our Vice National Chairman, he's back. I must admit that, yes, we are different from other conventional politicians or the present crop of politicians. To this extent.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I lost connection for a bit there. Now, I am different from those politicians. I am different from them because number one is that I am not a politician. No, I am not. I am here. I am part of a family that is not just a political family, but a family of nation builders. Now, we are here to build. We are not here to come and take advantage. We are not here to come and amass wealth. We are not here to come and put money into our own pocket or embezzle money. Now, that makes me, personally, it makes me different from those other politicians. Because as for me, I am not vying for any position. I am not looking for any public office to fill. I believe there are a lot of competent youths out there that if voted into offices, they will perform fantastically well, and we will have the right result we need. So I am not counting on myself, I'm counting on others out there. And it is the duty of every youth to keep an eye out and look for those people that will come and run on our platform, take up those public offices, and then perform wonderfully well, without having any form of godfatherism, without having to respond or report to any cabal whatsoever. That is what this platform is meant for. The platform is not being built because of me. The platform is not being built because of any other person I've been working with so far. The platform is being built to create. The ideology is to create a platform where if we find you competent enough, the youths in the country, the well-meaning citizens of this country, they will rally around you. You don't have to have money. You don't have to have so much money and take politics as business. Politics we have today is a business. It is a means to an end for personal agenda, for personal interest. But politics is not supposed to be that way. Politics is supposed to be for people.
Overall good.
For the benefit of the people. Now, in a situation where we have people personalizing politics as their personal business, bringing their money into politics to invest. They say they invest in politics. Why would you invest in politics? You are investing in politics because you are expected to make a lot of profit at the end of the day. Now, when you spend probably 10 million naira to get into an office, and then you begin to look towards, okay, immediately I get into that office, I want to make 1 billion naira. After making that 1 billion naira, you are already greedy and you can still see the opportunity to make more. So you just keep embezzling and embezzling and embezzling. At the end of the day, the people will be the ones to cry for it. This is the reason why we are calling out to the Nigerian youth to say no to all kinds of stomach infrastructure, say no to all kinds of monetary inducements for you to follow blindly a leader who has no direction for you. But to make sure that the leaders you are electing into certain positions are held accountable for their actions and inaction at every point in time. And then create a situation whereby if they are underperforming, it will be easy for us to say that this person is not performing, let us choose another person. This is what this platform is meant for. This is what we intend to achieve with YDPN. Thank you very much. And that is what sets us apart. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the great light you have thrown into this. I don't know if our state coordinators here have a little light to throw into this, or the state PRO.
Well, yes, we do. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. My response to the question, to the foregoing question.
Hello.
My response to the foregoing question is that.
Can you hear me?
That
we can hear you. The state coordinator is talking right now.
Is that we are different from these crop of politicians, or how we call them in quote political contractors, in the sense that our mindset from the one, or our initial, is different from these persons. These persons have the mindset to come and invest money and again, get a refund of that money, just like the vice chairman rightly pointed out. But we do not have that mindset. We have the mindset to rebuild a nation. We have the mindset to restart our country all over again. If you remember during the time of the Zigs, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo, Ahmadu Bello, you see the regional development of all the regions. They were developmental strides. They were having these economic ideas on how to, develop their various regions. Where Ahmadu Bello was building a university in the north, then Nnamdi Azikiwe was building another one in the east. Obafemi Awolowo was building in the Midwest. So what does that tell you? The people of our type, people of our kind, we are trying to go back to the drawing board to see where we've gotten it wrong and shape and reset the motion on how to rescue Nigeria economically and otherwise. And in doing so, just as our Vice Chairman rightly pointed out, we must have to have that capacity to interrogate people that want to bring into public offices. We must have the capacity to question them. We must have the capacity to look, to reflect through history, to know whether or not these people have embezzling tendencies or have one or two shady deeds in the past. So we must be able to question ourselves, because Nigeria stands today is a reflection of our characters, whether I like it or not. If I'm dubious today, when you vote me into office tomorrow, I'll become dubious. So you don't expect any change from me, except we've been able to cure that tendency. We've been able to disabuse our mindset towards that aspect of corruption, stealing public funds, and all what have you. If you remember, no nation economically, there is no nation survive on importation. No nation survives on importation. China has to close their border for over 38 years in order to get it well for themselves. Malaysia came here to Nigeria, to Benin City. They went to Naifor, if you remember, to pick palm seedlings and planted. And what are they today? They are the highest palm oil producing nation in the world. And here, if you go to Naifor, it's just a ghost of its former self. What are we doing? Because the politicians have gone into a sector that looks like a ritualistic means of making money, which is the oil sector. That is not the only means to make money. If you go to Kano, we have vast land that farmers can cultivate rice and beans. If you come to Edo State here, we have enough farming land for plantation cultivation, yam cultivation, cassava cultivation. If you go to Odo, the same thing. If you go to Imo, you have a large expanse of land that you can cultivate palm oil seedlings. If you go to Bayelsa, we can be exporting fish. So how can a nation that is so blessed with these natural resources still being cost, and we can't even finance? It is a shame that even the 2021 budget, we are borrowing 5 trillion naira, over 5 trillion naira to finance the budget of this 2021. Is it not a shame? It is a shame. And these are the things we, the YDPN, want to do differently. We want to see how we can reconstruct the nation economically. We want to see how we can reconstruct our political narratives in order to see how those people who are underperforming, there is a way we can amend the constitution. If you look at section 69, a way of recalling them. They made this so cumbersome and difficult so that you cannot recall them easily. So who will make it so easy so that whoever that is underperforming, the people have the right, the constituents have the right to recall such a person. So at this juncture, I have to anchor my vote of contribution on this note so that other members of the platform can also contribute. Thank you, my host.
Okay, thank
my
you.
esteemed viewers.
Thank you very much, sir, for your contribution. I think the state PRO, we have one or two things to also say. PRO, please, the table is over to you. I believe you have something to say.
Okay, good evening, my fellow comrades. At the moment, I'm kind of busy in the office, and I will drop some messages. I want to greet every one of us. I know we are trying to chip in this that some persons who misunderstand the notion about YDPN. Several of them, they've called us jokers. They've called us several names that we are wasting our time. Who's going to finance us? Is possible tax. But I thank God that gradually, after, the posts we got, last information we got from our leaders when we submitted the letter of intent to INEC, and it was duly accepted. It has changed the mindset of people about YDPN, and gradually YDPN is beginning to gain the desired recognition.
Okay. Hello, are you there?
You seem to have lost this audio.
I think they are calling in. Somebody is calling in for question, please. I don't know. question or contribution. Let me quickly pick.
Oh yeah, pick let's. Yes.
And get.
Hello.
And justice.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, good
men
afternoon.
And women with integrity.
Yes. PRO, you have to pause. Pause. There's a question coming
up. My name is Rita. Okay. I don't based in Nigeria, based in Europe.
Okay.
I wanted to ask some question. Go to the Vice Chairman.
Okay, Vice Chairman, sir, the question is straight to you, sir. Please, are you here, Vice Chairman?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, this question is this person is throwing this question from Europe right now. This is a European number calling trolley the question from Europe, and he says he wants to answer the question directly. Okay, go on, please. The Vice Chairman is hearing you.
I want him to explain a little bit about the security that we are based in Europe.
Okay, sir. If we get you correctly now, Ms. Rita, you said you want the Vice Chairman to talk more about the security, especially for those of you that are in Europe that are not in Nigeria.
They just want to be sure that their lives are protected.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Sir, the table is over to you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Rita. I really appreciate that question. You see,
please, can you hear what the Vice Chairman is saying? Are you watching live? Are you watching live? Can you hear what the Vice Chairman is saying? Okay. Go on, sir.
Okay.
She's watching you from Facebook.
Like I was saying, you see, there is no way that an enemy will come from outside and bind the house owner, except that there is somebody in that house that has decided to conspire with that enemy. Before we can be able to boast of security for our citizens across overseas, our citizens in diasporas, our Nigerians in diaspora, we have to first of all be able to boast of security within the shores of our nation, within the borders of our nation. Now, if we are not able to boast of security on our own soil, how then can we be able to protect the interest of our citizens wherever they travel to? So, which is why it is very important for us. The first thing we need to do is we need to begin a massive sensitization. The people, if you want to cause a change, the first thing you need to change is your mindset. We need to change the people's mindset. We need to begin to orientate them on what it means to be security conscious, on what it means to get involved in certain things, and what it means to desist from certain things. Now, if we are able to do that, it will rebrand our face as a nation. It will rebrand us and present us to the world to be respected and to be recognized as a sovereign nation. So I want, in response to what Comrade Rita has said, the first thing we need to do is that make sure you appoint the right people in the right places. Now, at the moment, the country is not busy. I want to tell you that. I repeat again, at the moment, the country is not busy. Everybody is asleep. The only people who are busy are those who are embezzling our money. They are busy every day thinking about the next way, the next move to make to embezzle our money. The first thing we need to do is to find a way to get everybody busy. If you look at those people who are, for example, kidnappers and armed robbers and assassins and all of that, they are doing all of those things. We have a large number of them because they are not busy. These are graduates who have studied certain in certain discipline, and they are qualified to work in certain offices, but they are being denied. They are being denied employment. And if you look at it, recently I read about some employment terms, and it says that you must be 25 years old with 5 years experience before you can be employed. And we have a graduate who has been at home for the past 10 years. They graduated at the age of 22. They have not been able to secure a job for the past 5 years. And now they are already 27. They are already 30, 32. They don't even have any working experience besides their service at the NYSC. And then you are now telling them that for them to secure a job, you need 5 years, you need 5 years experience. Or if they are not godly, if they do not have the fear of God in them, it's possible for them to go out there and pick up arms and make a living by any means possible. So what we need to do to ensure security first is that we need to alleviate people from poverty. We need to deal with the issue of poverty. Poverty is what will make somebody to pick up gun and go and kill the next man just to collect 1 or 2 things from that person. If you have everything, you would not do that. Most people, there are a lot of armed robbers, when they catch them and ask them that, why are you saying, they say because they are hungry. You know, so what we need to do is that we need to first of all alleviate our people from poverty. Poverty has been weaponized in our country in such a way that when the people are now clamoring for a certain thing, they release certain people to go in their midst and cause an attack, and then they come camouflaging as a savior to come and put things in order, and then they perpetrate their own agenda. So in order for us to have security, we need to first of all have people being secured. People need to be able to afford 3 square meals in a day. You need to have benefits as a citizen of this country. You need to have you need to be able to point to the what you are benefiting as a Nigerian, that these are the benefits of being in Nigeria. I'm not interested in traveling to any other country before I can make it. We need to make our system enabling to enable others to spring up, for our innovators to be able to think and innovate, put their innovative thinking to work. So these are things that we need to work on if we must have a permanent solution to all the problems we are having in this country, especially security. We need to get people to start thinking in the right way. And once we get people to start thinking in the right way, we get them busy. We have a lot of things. We have cotton. Who can't we have? If we cannot manufacture those machines, let's import those machines and work on our raw materials to become finished goods for us to export or make use of them in our country here. Let's work on those things. When everybody is busy doing 1 or 2 things to make sure that, okay, this is what I am doing and this is what I get at the end of the month, you will realize that they will not have the time to think about going to attack somebody who is coming from overseas. They will not have the time to think about kidnapping another man's child, when they know that what they are doing can get them what they need in life. So that question spans across everything that is affecting us as a nation. So what we need to do right now, what YDPN wants to do, is to correct the foundation of all this problem. The foundation of the whole problem is our political system that enables corruption, that enables godfatherism, that enables all sorts of sentiments. They use divide and rule tactics to rule us, to keep us under their authority. And these are the things we need to deal with from now. Once we change we reform the political system, it will be easier for us to bring the right person on board, to get the right people to do the right job and give us the right result that we need. We need a CEO that can perform as a CEO excellently, not because your father was the owner of the country, of the company. That is how you now became the CEO. No, we know that is not supposed to be. We are supposed to have competent and somebody who is really qualified to hold that position, and the company will flourish. It's the same thing when it comes to a nation. A nation is like a business organization that is supposed to be sustainable to itself. It's supposed to be feeding the people in that organization, and it's supposed to also yield profit. And that is when we can begin to see results in every aspect of our governance, security-wise, economical-wise, and otherwise, and infrastructure as well. So I don't know if I've been able to answer this question to your satisfaction, but that is my submission for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. The state coordinator, do you have 1 or 2 things to throw into this very thing?
Obviously, yes. Comrade Rita just asked whether or not what is YDPN going to do with respect to the security of themselves who are, in diaspora. And my submission to that is this. Even in our elementary knowledge in government, we are told that one of the functions of government is to protect the country's territorial integrity against external aggression and internal subversion. What does that mean? That the government, it is the duty to be able to protect those who are living here, those who are living there in Nigeria, and to protect those Nigerians who are living in Nigeria against external forces that will come to cause mayhem. But overseas is the present case, where you have influx of bandits coming in to do whatever they have to do without nobody checkmating them. Then I also submit towards the fact that our brothers overseas, there's no way you can have peace here in Nigeria when you come back to Nigeria when necessary foundations have not been corrected. Then what are those foundations? Just like our Vice Chairman rightly pointed out, there is poverty in the land. Poverty has been weaponized by this present government. When the people are poor, you know, they said hungry man is an angry man. There is a point at which you can bear hunger to. Then you will force yourself into crime without even knowing what you are doing. You are ready to bear any consequences that will be the aftermath of whatever you are doing. So when a man is hungry, he's ready to do whatever he wishes to do, undermining the provision of the law that make provision for whatever punishment that will come out of it. Then we must ensure that there's going to be an enabling environment as a political party. Very, very important. Enabling environment. Whether you go to school or not, there should be a provision for those who do not go to school. There should also be, you know, a social welfare scheme. If you go to Europe, there's a social welfare scheme. That is the reason why crime to some extent in European countries have been able to be apprehended and arrested. Because there is a social welfare scheme for those, whether you have job or not, you've been able to conquer hunger. But in Nigeria, you can imagine where somebody graduated over 10 years ago, and the employers are still asking for people to come with 5 years, 10 years, 8 years working experience. Meaning those who have been unemployed for the past 10 years, there is no means for them to have job. If we do not detribalize the system of employment, for instance, you want to employ people into the DSS, you want to go to some section of the country where they will have to bring, even a state have to supply 500 out of the 1,000 numbers of the persons intended to be employed by the federal government. Then you come to the south, all the states in the south, 5 from the east, 6 from the southwest, and 6 from the south. You're picking probably 80 persons. You can imagine the marginalization. So all these things gives rise to, you know, the insecurity challenge we are having. Whether I like it or not, when you are being marginalized, you begin to think, what gave rise to the militancy in Niger Delta? You can't remember. What gave rise to it? Those people thought our oil is being lifted here, and they take it out to go and develop other part of the country, and they don't give us any means of it. But unfortunately, I will repeat, unfortunately, that aspect again has not been managed well. So when people begin to now think, I am a Nigerian, Mr. A is living on XYZ benefit, then Mr. B should also live on that equal basis. Not when you treat Mr. Charlie, then you treat Mr. with, you know, a different hand. And you are giving him that consciousness. You're reminding him that he does not belong to the section of this country or a particular section of the country, or is from a particular location of the country. You are reminding him. As a Nigerian, we, as a political party, YDPN, we will try to engender in our own system that once you are in Nigeria, you are Nigerian. This issue of state of origin, whatever, we should be dismantled and replaced with, you know, state of residence. Take away state of origin. By the time you begin to do this, you are giving people their ethnic, you are giving people that sense of ethnic consciousness. And once that thing happens, an Igbo man is standing looking at a Hausa man, with one way or the other, you know, that kind of a sentiment will come in. You know, when people commit fraud, say this one is our person. Okay, look, I want to give you an instance, for instance now. Look at the present appointment that have been made into EFCC. EFCC. How was the Magu removed? Okay, Magu have been taken out of the system. But now, the present man that has been replaced is a cousin to the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The present EFCC chairman is his cousin. So you saw the reason why he was fighting to Kane, and you can imagine where this kind of appointment, where it is taking the anti-corruption fight of this country to. They are going to drain it. They are going to make sure that those who are stealing, they become past, they become collaborators, and at the end of the day, they go home and you know, they will be giggling while we continue to talk and talk and talk. So we must put to, just like our vice chairman rightly said, enough of that protest. This is not the time to protest now. This is the time to reorientate ourselves. This is the time to reconscientize our, our consciousness. This is the time to have a rethink. This is the time to go to the drawing board and see how we have gotten it wrong and how to restructure our mindset and how to, give another background towards our political narratives in order to get the goodies and the gains of democracy. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, the state coordinator. We are very grateful for the answer you've given. Please, those writing me on WhatsApp, please stop writing me on WhatsApp. Ask whatever question you want to ask. Please ask on the Facebook if you are watching straight from Facebook. If you are watching from YouTube, please ask your question straight from YouTube. Can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can we hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Loud and clear.
Yes, we are with you.
Vice Chairman, sir, can you hear me now? Vice, sir, can you hear me?
Is Vice there?
Vice Chairman, can you hear me?
I believe we should be having a network challenge.
Vice Chairman, can you hear me now, sir? Hello, Vice Chairman, sir, can you hear me? Okay, it's gone.
I'm sure he has having a network problem.
Okay. Please, the music in the car, PRO is a bit too loud. Okay. We've heard all that you've said. The national, the state coordinator. Can you hear us now, sir?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you as well.
Okay.
Okay, so since
now,
Vice is back.
I think
Vice, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, you're welcome, sir.
I think we have somebody else in the house right now. Please, we'll give the floor for him to introduce himself. Please, the floor is up to you right now. The word is in you. Please introduce yourself, the next person on the screen. Please, sir.
All right, fellow YDPN members, my name is Comrade Mondi Osamujame Uwadiai, and I am the acting coordinator for Mobaoka local government area. So I want to thank all of you for the job you've been doing so far. My state coordinator, very, very versatile and aggressive proponent of this group. So I want to thank him very much, and the state PRO who just alerted me to this meeting. Thank you very much for all you do for YDPN and this country at large. So thank you very much. I'm part of this meeting now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for introduction. Next, now we pull over to the next question on our list here. This question is to the General House, but I think the Vice Chairman, we still have to throw light on it first. Now, sir, is the party satisfied with anti-corruption fight that is staged by the present ruling party in the country? Is this YDPN party, is the YDPN party satisfied with the corruption fight, with that fight staged by the present ruling party?
No, YDPN is not satisfied by it. I would say YDPN is not satisfied by it because you cannot fight corruption with corruption. You can only fight corruption if you are not corrupted. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think the present administration is not corrupt. So I believe the present fight, the present anti-corruption fight, is just a witch hunt. When you have an opponent you want to witch hunt, and then you're using a narrative to make it seem like it's not a direct attack. That is what I think all that fight is all about. It is not really an anti-corruption fight, because if we look at it very closely, the corruption that has been peddled in this present administration, in fact, if it has not surpassed the past administrations, then it should be equal level as we speak. The corruption is the same thing that has brought us to this current insecurity that we have. The corruption is the same thing that has brought our economy to its knee. The corruption is the same thing that continues to project our nation as the most as one of the most poverty-stricken countries around the world. So my response to that question is that YDPN is not satisfied with it. Thank you very much. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm done making my submission, please. All right.
Can we hear me?
Since we're having a network issue before.
Okay. So, are you done?
Yes, I'm done. Did you hear all I said?
We can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me right now?
We can hear. Probably you should recap.
Okay. What I said was
recap your submission, sir.
Okay.
What
I said earlier on
was that you have contribution for this very question.
Pardon?
So do you have any contribution concerning if the party is satisfied with the present? Okay. Yeah.
No.
I heard I barely talking because of the network. So, but I know the view has heard you very clear. So they should be okay. And the next question, I think the state coordinator has to contribute to that. Can you hear me, sir? State coordinator.
Well, yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I believe you can also hear me over there.
Okay. What
can you hear me?
Have to throw more? Yeah, I can hear you, but just that it's breaking.
Yes. My submission is that we are not satisfied. The capital answer is no. We are not satisfied with the nature and manner the anti-corruption fight is being staged in this country. Why do I say so? There is no way. Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. You cannot be fighting corruption and be submerged in the same corruption. When you are fighting corruption, it should not only end in one set. You should be seen to be fighting the same corruption. Okay? If you look at the happenings, whether at the national level, at the state, look at all the parameters. Then you talk about issue of corruption. Let's visit the EFCC, for instance, the anti-corruption anti-graft agency, for instance. As it were, the people who have been saddled with the responsibility of fighting this corruption, have they been able to extricate themselves from the act of corruption? That is the question you need to ask yourself. And the answer is capital no. Then if those who superintend over the affairs of fighting corruption are themselves corrupt, then how do you think the fight of corruption will end? Definitely, it will become, in fact, it's going to be a reoccurrence decimal. Let's visit the issue of Maina, Abdirashid Maina. You saw how he managed to escape out of this country and how he managed to come back. You saw how some justices were arraigned in the various courts, whether the High Court, Court of Appeal, and subsequently some of them were rescued. Then why do you think they were rescued? Because the system itself is also corrupt. You cannot fight corruption with a faulty system or institution. Okay? So if you want to fight corruption, the people that are superintending over the affairs or that ministry that is in charge or the agency that is saddled with the responsibility of fighting corruption must, across board, be seen to be honest. The present EFCC chairman was one time indicted of oil theft in the Niger Delta, probed by Ibrahim Agu. And these are the type of characters you are projecting to also pretend over the affairs of anti-corruption crusade, then you are telling me to believe that at the end of the day, something good will come out of it? No, my brother. Snake can never give birth to any creature that is short. It will definitely give birth to something that is long. So for people to continue to think that there's going to be any good result coming out from this fight of corruption by this present regime is like, you know, a man contemplating abortion when the child has been born. It's an afterthought. We shouldn't even think about it. It's not going to happen. How many years now have gone down the drain? And how many of these fights have been positive at the end of the day? What they are doing is you're using this issue of anti-corruption, just like Obasanjo did in his days, using it to witch hunt to those people who criticize you, use it to witch hunt those who are against your political belief and thinking. Then those who give you pass on the back, they are rescued, they are released at the mercy of those who pretend over the affairs of this anti-corruption fight. So my submission is that YDPN is going to do something differently. How do we do it? We have to make sure that we restructure the institution. The institution have to be restructured. There's no way a faulty institution can bring back, a positive result. As the law in Latin, we will say in law, as dolo malo no ritual as you. There is nothing that will come out from a fraudulent origin. It's going to also be fraudulent. We have to make sure that people that are going to be appointed into this sector are people that are, that have integrity, people that have been tested, people that they can vote for, whether in the society where they live in or outside the society. People they must be seen to be having that good intention towards the particular agency that they deem to head. You understand? So if we're able to strengthen the institution, not strengthening humans, not strengthening individuals, strengthen these institutions. America is where it is today because they have strong institutions and weak individuals. But Nigeria, we intend to build mighty individuals with weak institutions. That is because a scholar once said that Nigerian law is described, or is best described, as a cobweb. Strong enough to catch the weak, but very weak to catch the mighty. So at this juncture, I want to submit that YDPN will not kowtow to that level where we have to be appointing people who have no means, who have no integrity, who are bankrupt in terms of character and all of that. So at this juncture, let me just relax my mind now and give room to other contributors to make their contribution. Thank you, my host, and thank you, my esteemed viewers.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Please, before the next question, there is a question on the screen from YouTube. I think this person have asked question before. Is asking another question. I believe we can see the question on the screen. Please, somebody the vice chairman can kindly respond, or any of us can respond to this question to satisfy this young person's.
Thank you very much. Please, Comrade John Chris, can you read the question out? I can't seem to have the question on my screen here.
Okay, the question here says, what system of government is YDPN proposing to institute when they come to power in the federal level, regional, or unitary?
At this time, the system of government we are trying to implement when we come into power is still the same system of governance we have right now. Only that we'll have to moderate it, where a state can be self-sufficient while being responsive to the national request, while being responsive to the national. But in a situation whereby a state needs to, at every point in time, conduct or consult the national before the state can take certain steps that is going to bring progress to that state, I don't think that kind of system of governance will work. And I think that is why we are having what we are having right now as the president. But if every state is saddled with the responsibility of building their state independently, I think we should have better results from every region across the country. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I think this person, if you are satisfied, I don't know. Please, the state coordinator, I think you will throw more light on this question so that it will be more satisfied.
I did not hear the comrade.
The question is on the screen, sir.
Host, please.
The question is on the screen from YouTube. Somebody
I
has a question
cannot
from
see
YouTube.
through. Can you read to me, please? What's the question, please?
Okay.
It's not displayed on the screen.
Let me.
Okay. I think it was displayed and it went off again.
Okay. Now it's displaying. I said, what system of government is YDPN proposing to institute when they come to power in the federal level, regional,
Thank you.
or unitary, and any other?
Thank you. Very simple. We went to America to copy federalism, but we now have what we call skewed federalism. This is not a true federalism. I don't know if I can be heard over there.
Yes, we can hear you.
What YDPN intend to institute and erect is true federalism, where states are allowed to develop at their own pace, not at the directives or the decision from the central. We want to have a system or a system of government where we have stronger component units than with a weaker central force. Not you having stronger central force than weaker component units. When you do that, if you remember in 1954, we had regional government. That was where we have what we call true federalism, where the cocoa, the development in the southwest. Then, if you remember, you have the cocoa house in Ibadan, you have the granite pyramids in the north, you have the oil palm in the east. Why were they people were developing, regions were developing based on what they have. But now governors have become beggars. That at the end of every month, nobody looks inward at what he or she has within the territorial periphery of his or her state. They go hand in hand as beggars. They go to the federal to look for allocation. Some states are waiting to get 2 billion at the end of every month. When within yourself, a state like Edo State, I was saying it, I said, as YDPN, if we have that opportunity, we are given the chance, we are like 18 local government of Edo State, there is nothing, there is no way one local government cannot even sustain the whole of the state. One local government, I mean, can sustain the whole of the state. So if all the 18 local government, for instance, on local government, they are known for agricultural, then you go to remember in
Okay, we lost you. Okay, please, Mr. Monday or Mr. Prince, can you continue from where he stopped from right now? Can you throw more light on this, on what we are planning, what the YDPN is working towards concerning the government when they come into power?
Okay, so far, I believe democracy has proven as a very, very effective system of government, and we've accepted as a people to take on democracy as our own system of government. But what is not clear in the Nigerian structure is that corrupted even the system of government from the onset. Now, where we have states that are not that cannot support, that cannot even sustain themselves economically, and now what we have are liabilities to the central unit, which is the federating unit currently as they stand now. There are liabilities to the center. So I believe YDPN.
hello, I don't know if I was heard at all.
Sure.
We are hearing you, but somebody have continued. The Mr. Monday is
Okay.
continuing from where you stopped.
I think I had a little
we are
network
gonna
issue.
we are going to make sure that we take Nigeria back to the true federalism that it was that was corrupted. Now, if you look at America, for example, the last time I checked, states like California.
I don't know if I was heard at all.
states like California, just California, their GDP is almost the same as we have in Nigeria. Imagine. Now we are talking about the population and their productivity. Nigeria, if you talk about population and productivity, they are almost equivalent to what we have in Nigeria. And Nigeria is even like more than them in population and all that. So I don't think we are as productive as we ought to be,
Check my seat.
considering the corrupted nature of our of our system of government. Now we have very, very rich politicians and very, very poor people because of that structure of government that has that has been taken on by our corrupted leaders. Now it's not as if they do not know all these things that we are explaining now. Let's be very frank with ourselves. Now these leaders, they are very, very aware that this current system of government does not serve the true purpose of the Nigerian people. Now they will not do it because they don't have the political will. And now that is why YDPN, that is where YDPN comes in. Because we are dedicated, trustworthy people who have a verifiable integrity, we can do things differently because we are not like them. Now, every country needs the political will to develop, to come from the leadership. Now, our leadership do not have the political will, and therefore they cannot do anything that will ever make sense in this country. They can never take the middleman or the average man from where they are now to where they want to be. So first, we have to send them out, then put people who have the political and intellectual capacity to lead people, to manage resources. Therefore, everybody should be looking on to YDPN as the next available option to move Nigeria forward. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. I think any other person have anything to say concerning this very question? And then any other contribution to it? Please, your noise from your end, Mr. Prince, sir, your Mr. PRO, your noise, the noise from your end is very, very something else. Okay, so I have to mute you. Okay, next question on my list here is this. Who is playing music? Where's the music coming from?
Hello, host. Are you still there? Hello, host. Hello. Comrade Wada, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, it seems is Vice still online?
I think we are just, I think just the two of us are online, and then I think
The host seems not to be. It seems to be having a network issue.
Yes, yes. So we just hold on for them to come back on.
Yes.
Okay, the host is back on now.
You are welcome.
Are we together? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So my next question here, before we move further, is one is this. This question, I think, okay. Can you hear me now, Vice Chairman?
Yes, yes,
okay.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, my next question here is this. How do we plan to move Nigeria in the global map industrialization. How do we plan to move Nigeria into the global map industrialization? Please, we want light on this.
Thank you very much, comrade. This is very simple, very, very simple. When we work on ourselves, nation, then our success will begin to take us places. Imagine if we tap into our mineral resources and we build our industries out of those mineral resources and begin to export consistently the finished goods or even some raw materials. I believe that will automatically place us in the global map of industrialization. Look at our music industry. Their consistency is what has placed them in the global map of that industry. And if we can effect the same thing also across every other industry, I believe that we do not need a soothsayer. I don't think it's a rocket science for us to get where we are supposed to be. I keep telling people that as it is right now, Nigeria has the tendency of ruling the world. Nigeria has the tendency of having the best economy in the world. But the problem we have at this moment is bad leadership. Bad leadership is what has kept us grounded. There is no country you get to in the world that they don't know Nigeria. There is no country you get to in the world that they don't know about Nigerians' potentials. But then what has that recognition got us? It has gotten us nowhere. It is time for us to now do the right thing we are supposed to do. We have all the attention already. What we need to do is to utilize it, bring to the table what people want to see, what the rest of the world wants to see. We all know China for all their manufacturing. We all know what they are doing. We all know America for their quality products. We all know what do they know Nigeria for. That is what we need to work on. If we are able to tap into our mineral resources, process them to become finished goods, and then begin to export, I want to tell you that it will only take us few years, probably 2 to 3, 4 years, before we'll first of all have the fastest growing economy in the world, and then subsequently become the best economy in the world. So it all boils down to working hard. Working hard on our taking advantage of our human resources, taking advantage of our mineral resources, working hard with clear focus, with clear vision in the right direction. And I believe that in no time we would be recognized across the world. Thank you very much. Hello, did anyone hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. We heard you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, the state, I don't know if you have anything to contribute to this, or Mr. Monday, I don't know if you have anything to contribute.
Let me chip in a little. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, thank you for having me once more again. I will say this in a nutshell. You, as I rightly pointed out before now, there is no way you can sustain or industrialize a country where you don't appreciate the local produce. I don't know if you get me. Just like our Vice Chairman rightly pointed out, let's look at how to get these raw materials into finished goods. There is no way we can be producing or having a crude oil here. You leave them abroad, overseas, to be refined. The value at that point in time is depreciated. And not only depreciated, the jobs that would have been created during the process of processing or manufacturing these raw crude into finished produce is lost. We are talking about employment. If, for instance, we have functional refineries, for instance, we have 10 functional refineries, that can give us millions of jobs. Oh, I'm talking about the refinery aspect alone. That can give us millions of jobs. Then we have rice millers, for instance, rice milling machines, all in the north. That can give us millions of jobs, direct jobs and indirect jobs. Then we have Ajakuta Steel that is lying fallow today. We have high use deposit of iron ore. So if we can harness these potentials, that Ajakuta Steel alone can create millions of jobs, direct and indirect, whether you like it or not. Then you now go to Lagos, harness the seaport potentials. it can create indirect and indirect job to the tunes of millions. Then you not go to the West again, where you have cocoa. Let's go back to that aspect. You do not only produce cocoa, you do not only end up at the production of cocoa, but see how you can, put it into finished good like Bombita, other beverages, and all of that. Put them into those finished. The process of manufacturing this thing will also industrialize this very country. And when you so do, you see that at the end of the day, even the foreigners will be coming to look for jobs here, not we going there to look for jobs. So over time, we have leaders who are bereft of ideas on how to industrialize this nation. So there is no way where it is unfortunate that at times we clamor for those people who are blind road. That has been our problem. She said that the most pathetic man in the whole wide world is a man with vision, is a man with vision. We have leaders who have sight, but they don't have visions. We have leaders, cronies, and families. So at this juncture, I want to submit that if we are given that opportunity, YDPN, we want to see how we can, galvanize this potential and see how we can create industries out of them. At the end of the day, we see that we've been able to industrialize this nation, and industrialization also brings about jobs creation. So when we create jobs, that will, to some extent, large extent, solve security problems and some economic problems, empowering our people, and GDP will grow, people will get jobs, money will be in circulation, and the world will even come to realize that we truly have that not only economic potential, but a human potential to harness these economic resources. Thank you very much, my host, and I salute my esteemed viewers who are listening to me over there. Thank you. I don't know if you heard me at all.
Yes, I heard you, sir. I think the host is gone again, or maybe his network.
Oh God. Yeah. Network issue. Admit Mr. Shegun to the group again. Yes, can you admit Shegun to the group again? It seems it was out. Shegun Vice, please admit him.
Can we hear me right now?
We can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Now, my next question on my list is what do I have to say?
Mr. Host, it seems Vice online?
To the Vice Chairman, sir.
Yes, I am online.
Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. You're welcome, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
This question is this. We heard of the recent updates from the CBN concerning Bitcoin in the country. What do you say concerning this stuff of Bitcoin issuing that they have stopped from Nigeria banks? What do you really have to say? And what department, what area do you think this can really help, or you can utilize this department of Bitcoin in the country?
Thank you very much, host. I am laughing because of that question. You see, when I mentioned earlier on that our nation needs to have a system that is enabling our young innovators to be inspired enough for them to, tap into their innovative skill and come up with something for the country. This is one of the things I'm talking about. Now, Bitcoin started with no name at all. If you read the history of Bitcoin, when the guy Satoshi, created it, you would notice that it didn't get much attention there. But now, Bitcoin has become the main parallel financial institution we have across the world, widely accepted all over the world. Now, instead of our government to be thinking about, okay, if I mention our government, most of our youth, they have read, they have learned about the Bitcoin, about the cryptocurrency, and they are tapping into it to make sure that they make a living for themselves legally, I must say. Now, instead of the government to look for a way to regulate the coins, to regulate the cryptocurrency, to ensure that, okay, something comes into the pocket, into the nation's pocket. For example, if you are to trade Bitcoin, it goes through your banks and all that. Your banks deduct their charges and all of that. Yes, of course, the nation is already making money through Bitcoins, whether they like it or not. Now, they want to make more money, probably tax every Bitcoin transaction or anything like that. What they were supposed to do is to look into it, create a committee that will find a way that they can, a way to regulate the cryptocurrency. But instead of them to
Are we together?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe his network is paused or somehow.
Yeah, our ancestors is disturbing it. Okay, sir, can you continue, sir?
Okay. Cryptocurrency, that has been a worrisome situation, I think, in the recent past. And I must admit, as a lawyer, I must tell you that cryptocurrency, one, is not a Nigerian legal tender. But however, it has become a mistake global-wise. It is now a system of exchange, whether I like it or not, in the whole wide world. So what I think the present government would have done, if they have the wisdom to do so, was to, make laws to regulate this aspect of finances. Because there is no way, even if they try, they cannot even, what they don't know is that they don't even have the capacity or the ability to even stop cryptocurrency spread in this country. They can't. They can't because it is not operating under any financial structure in Nigeria. They can't stop it. So what they would have done, like what Mr. Shegun was actually trying to address here, is to create a regulation, create law, make law that will regulate the finances of every cryptocurrency activities in Nigeria. Then you can make your profit there. But again, this country, the leadership are rather, reactive than responsive. They are not responsive, rather than reactive to issues. You remember the NSAS protest? It was as a result, most of the donations came through cryptocurrencies. Hello, can I be heard over there?
Yes, we can hear you.
Most of the donations were coming through these Bitcoin donation and all of that. So because they could not control the number, the total amount that were being contributed by donors, whether within or outside the country, they now see that these people are mopping up finances, they are mopping up funds for themselves without having regard to the government. That is all. Then on the other hand, it has also created job for the youth who do not even have time again for the government and their myopic policies or whatsoever. So they now think, oh, these people are no longer distracted by what we do. So let us see a way to kick them out of this. That is how they decide to now say, okay, let us see how we can put an end to this. But unfortunately, very unfortunately, they don't know that they cannot stop cryptocurrency spread in this very country. It's just like as a man, it is impossible for a castrated man to contemplate raping a young virgin. It is not possible for a eunuch to do so. So it is likened, the federal government contemplating to stop cryptocurrency activity in Nigeria is likened to a eunuch contemplating to rape a young virgin. It is not possible. Rather, what they would have done best is to create an enabling law in order to regulate the activities of cryptocurrency in this very country. So it will become gain to them, gain to the people who are trading on them, not outrightly banning or trying to stop it. It cannot even stop they can't stop it. There is no way you can control, you can put an end to what you don't have the power to control. So that is my contribution, my amiable host, and my esteemed viewers.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Does anybody else have anything to contribute concerning this cryptocurrency stuff in Nigeria? Do any of us has any contribution on this?
Is Comrade Wada still there?
We can't hear you, Comrade Monday Owadia. We can't hear you.
Okay, I think I'm on now, right?
Check
yes, you're on.
Check. Okay, but me, I can't hear him.
Okay, I was hearing him before.
Okay.
Okay, so this Bitcoin thing, I think the government they are acting out of ignorance actually, because I believe if they know what they are talking about, they wouldn't even be trying to dabble into how to ban it or whatever. Now you look at developed economies, for example, China, Canada, and all that. They've learned to accept the fact that Bitcoin has come to stay. Now, this is not because maybe they've done everything they can do, but in as much as they want to mess up with the currency, Bitcoin is just really here. And I think our leaders, they should set up a committee, be educated on what Bitcoin really is, so that they will not be misguided. Because I believe a lot of youths, as we have now, have been able to become financially independent through this trading of coins and buying and selling of Bitcoin. So is Nigeria benefiting from it? Yes. I know people who earn from this, who have been able to make a living from this trading or buying and selling of Bitcoin. So I think government should be able to find a common ground with the buyers and the sellers of Bitcoin, and look for policies that are not hostile to the buyers and sellers, and then find a common ground if they really want to move the country forward. Thank you very much.
Okay. National Vice Chairman, do you have anything to contribute, sir? Okay, it's not here. Okay, right now, I think it's just 8 minutes away to complete 2 hours that we have been on here. Thank you all viewers that have been watching us live right now. We're grateful. Wherever you're watching us from, and all over the world, from Nigeria, from Africa, from Europe, from UK, from US, wherever you're watching us from, thank you very much for joining us. Please, we use this opportunity to tell you that, yes, a political party have come to stay in Nigeria, just like what is happening in Uganda presently, that ancestors that have been ruling for more than 30 years is still willing to rule again and again and again. There's a difference between a ruler and a leader. A ruler wants to enforce the law, but a leader wants to show example, let everybody follow the step. Right now, YDPN has come to be a leader, but not a ruler in this country, Nigeria. So for us to come back and stay on our country and fight the fight by ourselves and take over this throne for ourselves. Thank you very much for watching us, for viewing us all over the world. We thank all our guests, the person of the National Vice Chairman of the YDPN, no other person than Ms. Comrade Shegun Goodness. Thank you very much for joining. I know you are no longer here, but you should be watching me from somewhere on any of the social media platforms right now. And also, I say thank you to the state coordinator of Edo State YDPN chapter. We say thank you from BosnataTV. Well done. Thank you very much, Adam. It's no other person than Barrister John Chris. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us in this show today.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, and also also say thank you to our unamiable comrade, a gallant comrade, our PRO, the state PRO of the YDPN of Edo State chapter. Is not here right now, but I know he's watching somewhere in any of the social media platforms. We say thank you for joining us, but though your network was disturbing a little bit, I know maybe you are busy. That is why you couldn't just follow up on this very show today. Our Vice Chairman is back on live. Vice Chairman, I will thank you for joining us on this show. We hope to hear from you or to have a show again with you very soon, maybe before the end of March. We will still have you here live again to still talk on other pressing issues. But for now, we always have our normal every Sunday live broadcast every Sunday here on BosnataTV. But anytime you want to chip in anything, you can still notify us so that we can create the space for you to come and speak your mind to the nation. So right now, I will give the floor to any of us here, all of us, to with 1 minute to the public youth. Everybody have 1 minute, please. Thank you very much. The table I leave for our national.
Thank you very much, my host. I'm very sorry for the continuous breaking transmission. That was one of the problems that is affecting us in Nigeria. Imagine at this state, as a country, we're still having network issues, and nothing is being done about all of these things. Those are the things we need to, make efforts to correct. What I want to say at this time is that Nigerian youths, to speak directly to the Nigerian youths. When I mean the Nigerian youths, I mean those who are young at heart, those who want the best for this country, those who want a country that is working. It is time for us to get our head together, to be mentally prepared for the resistance that we'll be met with. It is time for us to mobilize ourselves and to begin to sensitize ourselves, because at the end of the day, what they are counting on to use as a form of resistance against the youth are also youths. So it is our duty, it is your duty, it is my duty for us to ensure that we sensitize the next person around us and get them to understand, to come into an understanding of what is going on in the country at the moment. YDPN has decided to champion the cause of a new nation, and we will deliver on that mandate. So get everybody to get on board. No, this party is not a ready-made party. We don't have cabals. We don't have any godfathers. We don't have money bags sponsoring us. We are counting on the entire Nigerian youth. We are counting on the entire Nigerian citizens, so that you can have a form of governance that will be responsive to you, that will be responsible for their actions and inaction, that you can hold accountable for any of their actions and inaction. So it is time for us to all show that we really want the needed change, the real change that they used to deceive us in the first place. But now we want the real change, and we can effect it with our own hands. It takes you, it takes me, it takes every single one of us to get this done. So please get your PVC ready, talk to your neighbor, tell them to talk to their neighbor, get everybody informed, and let's get ready for 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Chairman, National Vice Chairman. Very grateful. Okay, I'll leave the table again now to the state.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can hear me there. Can I be heard over there?
With the youth and to the public and those in diaspora.
Yes,
Can you hear me there? Thank you very much for this opportunity to round off what we have started for the past 2 hours ago. I remember my humble self as Chris. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I can hear you. I'm here.
I can hear
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's Mr. Okay,
yes,
very well.
We can hear you.
Yes. In rounding off what we started for the past 2 hours now. I will say,
Okay.
like the words of Thomas Jefferson.
We can
He said, lack.
hear you, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, I've started. He said, lack of information leads to deformation.
We can hear you.
I'm using this opportunity. To draw the attention of every youth that, the youth constitute the 75% of the population of this very country. It is my message to them this evening that they should be, encouraged. They should be informed. They should be told to come out in mass and give themselves that registration with INEC. Those who have not registered, go out to register yourself, because when you have the power to vote, you having the will, the power, the strength, the authority to change governments to your own desired taste. So if you have not done that, this is the time. I'm using this time to encourage you to do that, so that when we come to canvass for votes, you will not have that means to give it to us on that platform. Having said that, I will not live without telling you that YDPN is leaving a promissory note, not with a blanket note, but with the assurance that when we are given the opportunity, we will live up to our beliefs, we will live up to our expectations, we will live up to the yearnings and the cries of the entire Nigerians. Our policy is going to cross across both the youth, the old, and the very young. So we're going to do that. At this juncture, I want to leave you with the words and parting words of Professor Wole Soyinka. He said that the man died in him. Who? The man died in him who keeps quiet in the face of injustice and oppression. So this is the time for us all to rise against oppression. This is the time for us to rise against economic injustice. This is the time for us to rise against political injustice. This is the time for us to rise against social injustice. This is the time for us to rise against every injustice in all facets of this very country in order for us to get it rightly. And at this juncture, I say, we move. Thank you very much, Mr. Host, and Mr. Shegun, the Vice Chairman South. I thank you very much for finding it worthy to join us in this program. We still hope to see you when next we call on you in a similar presentation. Thank you very much, Mr. Host. I salute your dogged effort and other members of the platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll pass the table again. Just 1 minute. We have no more time. Much again. I'll pass to the Ikpobaha's zonal coordinator. Please, just 1 minute to make advert of YDPN and talk about why now you are having a platform to sensitize YDPN. So please, 1 minute for you to talk. Thank you.
Okay, my good people of Nigeria, I want you to not give up hope. Don't stop fighting. I believe that Nigeria, through YDPN, will find its route to development and El Dorado. So I want to enjoin every well-meaning Nigerian to stop trying to, respond to the government via, different social media handles, trying to insult who knows who. Just come and join YDPN. Come and register with YDPN. The party whose ideological stance matches with yours, matches with the Nigerian at the grassroots. And I want to quickly say the only path to freedom from oppressors is to take power from them. They've been far too oppressive, so we've devised means for which the ordinary people can restore power back to themselves. And that is through YDPN. Thank you very much. We are expecting every Nigerian to register with YDPN and become a member as we move this country forward. I remember my humble self, Mr. Comrade Monday Osamudiame, Uwadiai. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are grateful. For those who are just joining us while the show is almost coming to an end, I also leave the table for Mr. Rashid. Can you hear me, Mr. Rashid?
I can hear you. I'm just not sure if you can hear me.
Over here, if you are speaking, we can't hear you. Can you unmute your speaker, your microphone?
I can hear him. I can hear him.
Okay,
I can hear Mr. Rashid. Yes, I can hear him.
Mr. Rashid, you have 1 minute to.
Okay, thank you very much. So I've heard about YDPN, and I had a chat. I was lucky enough to have a chat. Hello? Hello?
Oh, can hear you. Talk on.
Oh, okay. I was lucky enough to have a chat with Comrade Ojemen, and we had an extensive discussion a couple of days ago, and I was happy to join YDPN. I mean, because it looks like a progressive movement of youths. And I mean, like everybody has said, I'm sorry I came late. I was having difficulty joining in, but the little I've met, I mean, it's quite impressive. And it looks like there's a lot going on. And hopefully we'll have more fruitful deliberations, and the aim of the party will be achieved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And we are glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome. Mr. Host, I think I will come to an end to the end of the program. I believe so.
Yeah, Mr. Brates, can you hear me? Mr. Brates, are you there? Can you hear me?
I don't think he's here.
He's watching, he's looking there.
So we call it a wrap-up.
It's cut off. Okay, for the meantime, thank you all for your time.
Yes.
And for joining us today for this live view. We are very, very grateful from BosnataTV. We thank you all for watching. Please, if you are just coming to watch right now, if you are just coming across this video, please take time to watch it and listen to it from beginning to the end so that you will hear all that has been said by the National Vice President of the YDPN and the Edo State Chapter Coordinator of the YDPN and every other coordinators in the group, in the house from YDPN, so that you can hear everything they say, how they are going to push forward Nigeria, what they are going to, the changes they are going to bring, the changes they are going to make, how they are going to bring Nigeria into the globalization map. So you really need to listen to this, talking about security, talking about the Bitcoins that are in the country. So I think you have to watch this and listen to it to the end, and not just watching and listening to the end. Please do a very kind gesture by sharing it to the next neighbor, because with your hand we can post it forward. So please do a very kind thing, because when the youth wake up, the leaders are scared. So the moment the person you are fooling begin to realize that you are fooling him or her, you that is fooling the person, you now become the fool. So now it is time for us to stand very, very firm. So please, this is a TV channel, because I know they will not allow such thing on the TV channel that they are regulating. So this is the only one they cannot regulate. So they can't regulate this. They can't tell this one. They can't tell us to stop posting or doing such live view right now, because whether they like it or not, we must do this. If they lock everywhere, we say have option of where to post. We say have option to where to pass through automatically. So please, BosnataTV is a TV that is here to bring you the best news from the right source, because we are answering another slogan that said the ego. The ego you don't see all the time. The ego is always sourcing for the formation, the best of it all. Whatever the egos come out, you know that yes, is a very important thing that it came with. So right now, we advise that wherever you're watching us from, wherever you're coming across this video, please kindly click on the like button. If you're watching from Facebook, on the page BosnataTV, click on the like button on BosnataTV, and click follow if you are watching from YouTube, from Twitter. Please kindly just click follow to be following us. Follow BosnataTV on Twitter. You can also as well do the favor of subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you are watching from YouTube right now, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can always be getting updates whenever we come on here. And if you are watching right now from VK, thank you very much for watching from VK. Please kindly reshare this video and also try to become a friend and follow up with us on VK. And likewise, before we come to an end to this show, we have a little market to advertise here right now. There is a business that we want to talk about right now before we finally come to the end of the show. That business is a company that have come to Edo State recently, a newly launched product in the market of Edo State. It's no other product that's called BosnataTV Tough Stain Remover and the BosnataTV Cold Water Stash. It's called and the BosnataTV Disinfectant. These products are best for you. If you are a laundryman, you need this very stash. Forget the local stash that you are using. This very stash is the best when you make use of it, because when you put it on cloth, is the best. The local stash, when you put it on cloth, when rain beats that cloth begins to smell. The cloth can fade away on a very quick time. But when you use this BosnataTV cold water stash, with this very cold water stash, you can do a lot of things. It's a gum as well. You can use it to gum 3D wallpaper to the wall. You can use this same cold water stash to gum a glass wall. You can use it on your furnitures. You can use it for your clothes. So when you get order for this very stash, you will get a 20% discount. Just say that you hear this advert from BosnataTV online. Then you will get a 20% discount for any of the products you are ordering for. And as well, there is another company that is called Zaviglam. Zaviglam Studio is a studio that is into makeup, beautifying of our ladies. We are here to tell you that Zaviglam Studio is here to really help and to beautify the ladies, the women, to make them look younger. As Zaviglam, when you are old, when you go to Zaviglam will make you more beautiful. When your husband is complaining that you are not okay, when you go to Zaviglam will bring your beauty out for you. If you want to contact Zaviglam, please kindly locate them at number 97 off Airport Road at Arkansas Road, off Airport Road, Benin City. You can get in touch with Zaviglam. And also, we also have a company that is into printing of recharge card development, a new innovative company in Edo State presently, who is teaching people on how to generate and print recharge cards of their own network. They are registered network telecom providers. They sell recharge card pin in bulk. They train people, empower people on how to go into the business successfully. They are also POS merchants. They also help you to get POS in an easy, very easy form to get a POS business started, and they also help you to issue the POS very easy, and you get your POS start working instantly. This company is not that company that Eagles Web Technology Limited. At Eagles Technology Limited is a registered company, a registered telecom and ICT company registered with the federal, according to the federation law of this country. Is well registered on CAC with registration number ROC 1645491. According to the law, is well registered to carry out ICT trainings on how to print recharge card and online business trainings on how people to make money and how to take away poverty from the nation. At Eagles Web Technology Limited, they are here to wipe away the tears, to wipe away poverty. They are here to take innovation to the next level. They are here to take technology to a higher level. When you come to Eagles Web Technology, whatever training you want them to train you, they can give it to you. Is it recharge card? Is it web design? Is it graphic design? Is it on Bitcoin? You want to be making money on daily basis? They can train you on how to be making free Bitcoin daily from the genuine website they are going to introduce to you when you begin to make use of their platform. You can register with Eagles Web Technology with just a little token, and they will begin to guide you on how you can begin to make money 247. Whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, you can be making money using the genuine website that Eagles Web Technology is going to introduce to you at their office or online when you order for them online. But if you are in Benin, you want to trace their office, you want to locate them in their office, kindly locate them at the Edo Innovate Building at number 59C ICE Road, off Wire Road, Benin City. The building, the government building, exactly opposite Arkansas Secondary School. Arkansas and Yogbe Secondary School. The government building is there. It's called Edo Innovate. Just come in there. Just ask of Eagles Web Technology Limited, and the secretary in there, the reception is there, will direct you straight to the very office where they are located. Thank you very much for watching. Eagles Web Technology is really here to wipe out all this thing. Whatever you need, if it's training on recharge card, importation training on how to import goods at cheap rate from UK, from China, from Europe. They can teach you how to get all these contacts, and you don't. The best part of it that you don't need to get a license from the government for you to go into a exportation business, and you don't need a license from the government to go into exportation business. They can teach you the A to Z on how to start importation and exportation business successfully without falling or losing your money. So any one of the training you are really interested in, contact or visit them. If you want to contact them online, you can easily contact them on 081 655 05540. I repeat again, you can contact them for any of your training on WhatsApp, anything you want them to train you about. If it's on importation, agro exportation, web design, graphic design, video editing, on how to make $100 daily from the genuine Bitcoin site. $100 daily from genuine Bitcoin site. And I repeat, genuine Bitcoin site. This is a company that its reputation matters to them very well. So we at Eagles Web Technology are here to really offer all this to you at affordable rate. And as well, we're also trying to pass a message to our brothers and sisters outside the country, in diasporas. You can open business for your brothers, for your sister who are in this country. Just if you don't want to send the money to them, you don't want to have anything to do with them, put us as a middleman. We can coach them, make them start their business successfully. While you are the one sponsoring it, we are here when we and you are the one that have the contract, that have the discussion. Our own is to do the follow-up and carry out your orders for those, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father, your relatives that you have in this country, you would love to open a business for. Because it's better you give them something that will be giving them money tomorrow than you keep giving them the fish all the time. Stop giving them fish. Teach them how to fish. So that tomorrow, when you still need something, you can call upon them and they will boldly give you that thing that you need. Stop sending money all the time. Monthly allowances, weekly allowances. It is time to empower them, because stop trying to join the government of Nigeria to make Nigeria look as if we are lazy. Nigerians are not lazy. So try as much as possible to connect to Eagles Web Technology on WhatsApp or on their Facebook page. You can search on Facebook, Eagles Web Technology Limited, and you will see us. You can chat us on Facebook. You can chat us on WhatsApp on 081, I repeat, 081 655 05540. With that number, you can contact them on WhatsApp and tell them what you want. Tell them the training you need, if it's on Bitcoin, if it's on importation, exportation, if it's on graphic design, video editing, if it's on recharge card printing. They will give you all the guidelines that you really need at a very affordable price. I also have an office, our branch office in Ibadan. Our branch office is number one Olodo Street, first floor of Ojo Complex. When you enter there, you will also see Eagles Web Technology in there. We also have our office in Port Harcourt at Rumola and Trans Amadin. At those locations, if you are in Port Harcourt, you can also trace our offices. Just call the number that I'll be calling since, and you can trace our office in Port Harcourt. Also, we also have an address. Also have our office in Italy, Montebelluna precisely. You can get in touch with us on our Montebelluna address or phone number. You can reach us, but just contact through the phone number that I'll be giving to you, so that if you are in Europe, you will be given the number to contact in Montebelluna, so that you can be in the business platform, or you can help your relative get in touch, or you can help someone, your friend, your close buddy, your co-worker. You can help any of them. Thank you very much for watching, and we've come to the end of this show for today. Good night, and have a blissful Sunday ahead of you. God bless you all, and remain blessed till we meet again. Thank you. Remember, BosnataTV is your #1 online TV, here to give you the best news, give you the best information, give you the best joke, the best comedy, the best shout out. For birthday shout out, you can call us. We can help you to organize that birthday shout out very well and make the world to see it, just as the world is watching us from different platforms right now, and make the world to see it as well, to that very important occasion of marriage ceremony, the naming ceremony, birthday occasion. Is it burial? Call upon us. We are not just talking about burial, because we are not praying for somebody to die, but birthday, marriage, and naming ceremony, we are there for you to cover it and make the world see it live. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time, and do have a blissful and wonderful day.
What do you call a country where the old ones keep the young one in impoverished states just so they can remain in power? Oh, we have failed. Nigeria has failed. We have failed as a country. We have failed. What do you call a country where citizens collect money from the leaders to disrupt peaceful protests that are meant to reform the land? What do you call a country where those in power organize a supposed prison